No one knows the gypsy's name. No one hears his lonely sigh. Oh, no blankets where he lies. His deepest dreams, a gypsy fly. Sweet Melissa. Again, the morning's come. Again, he's on the run. Sunbeams shine through his hair. Again, not to have a care. Pick up your dreams, a gypsy, roll on. Roll on. Crossroads, will you ever let him go? Oh, no. Will you hide the dead go? Or will he lie beneath the clay? Will his spirit float away? But I know that he won't stay without Melissa. Yes, I know that he won't stay without Melissa. Cool. Got like one more here, maybe? All right, cool. Awesome. Let's see here. Thank you all again for having me on here. I've been sitting around making music all day long. As long as I'm making my music, ain't gonna do nobody no harm. And who knows, maybe I'll come up with a song, make everybody wanna stop all their fussing and fighting, just long enough to sing along. 2, 3, 4. I believe in music. Oh, I believe in love. I believe in music. Oh, I believe in love. Music is love, love is music, if you know what I mean. People that believe in music are the happiest people I've ever seen. So clap your hands and stomp your feet and shake your tambourine. Lift your voices to the sky and tell me what you see. Everybody singing I believe in music. Oh, I believe in love. I believe in music. Oh, I believe in love. Music is the universal language, and love is the key to peace, hope, and understanding, living in harmony. So grab your brother by the hand and come along with me. Lift your voices to the sky and tell me what you see. Everybody singing I believe in music. Oh, I believe in love. I believe in music. Oh, I believe in love. Awesome. Oh, no, I can't hear.
Thank you so much, Nina.
Oh, thank you so much.
That was
Appreciate
just beautiful, and we can't
Awesome.
wait to hear what else you have in store for us here in a few minutes.
Cool, thank you.
We'll get back with you in just a few. And
right.
Meanwhile, welcome everybody back to the Zocalo Zoom. We're so glad that you're with us. We are really excited about today's lineup. It's full of action. And I just want to take 1 minute just to let those who may be joining us for the first time know just a little bit about Envoys for Humanity. We love to connect folks with each other and with organizations and tools that help them to be able to be successful as activists and getting themselves busy, doing meaningful actions quickly. That's what we're shooting for. And here with the postcarding to live artistry, we really think we've hit the nail on the head. And speaking of postcarding to live artistry, and what that entails, I'm going to hand it off to somebody much more adept at speaking with you guys than me, and that is my partner in this endeavor, Kari Ramirez. Kari, how's it going down in San Diego today?
It's good. It's warm, but I can't complain because I know it's hotter in a lot of other places, but it's pretty warm and we don't have air conditioning, so that's all right. It's all right. So welcome everybody. I want to start off by doing a couple of kind of office business stuff to get you guys started, because I know you're ready to donate and to Powered by People, and I know that you are ready to write some postcards. So donation first. Today is a special night because this is a Powered by People fundraiser that is hosted by Artistry for Humanity. The way you donate, thank you, Brandy, she just dropped the link in the chat. Click on that, and that is our personalized link that will help tally how much that we're going to raise during the event, and also how much you personally donated, so we can get you your virtual raffle tickets. We are going to be raffling off 10 limited edition Beto portrait prints from a good friend of Beto's, Paul Maxwell, and we're going to meet him coming up really soon. So 100% of the proceeds are going to go to that. The way you can figure out how many tickets you're earning, and the more you donate, the more money we raise and the more chances to win one of these beautiful prints. And so $25 gets you one raffle ticket, and then $20 each that you put in gets you an additional raffle ticket. And we are gonna keep everything open until midnight tonight, so we can just raise as much money as we can, and then random draw winners tomorrow. And if you win, you'll be, we'll let you know by email, and we'll also congratulations on social media. So donate. Powered by People is working overtime to flip Texas blue, and that's kind of what we're here postcarding for, to make that happen, because what an incredible celebration that would be to see Texas going blue on November 3rd. So that's the donation stuff. If you have any questions, our team is here to answer questions. You can stick it right in the chat. If you're not familiar with how to use a chat, hover down at the bottom and there's a chat icon on your computer, or you can also do mobile by clicking, tapping your phone or iPad or tablet, and 3 little dots will come up, and then you can bring your chat up that way. So on to postcarding business real quick. So we've been doing postcarding for quite a while now. We changed it up a little bit starting last week, and now you can either write to unregistered voters in Texas, or you can write from write for candidates, specific candidates in Texas. And so if you fill out the link, again, thank you, Brandy, there will be a link in there to get addresses. And if you haven't already gotten addresses, fill out that link and you can choose who you want to write for, and then you get all the information. So the helpful tips and tricks to get you started. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to put it in the chat and we will get you, we'll get those questions answered. And last thing, if you're new to us, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us here and writing postcards for us. There is a video in the chat. There's a link to a quick little presentation. If you just want more information on postcarding, there's some examples of what people have written on their postcards. So that's all in the chat. We'll be posting information on how to donate and how to write postcards all throughout the night in case you miss it. So thank you for joining us. And we are live on Facebook and we're live on YouTube on our Envoys at Envoys Way YouTube channel and Facebook. So please share, and get that out. And again, my name is Kari Ramirez. I'm the co-founder of Envoys for Humanity. I can't remember if I said that. So on that note, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and introduce our live artists. And so first, I just wanna call up Sierra, and if Sierra is here, if you can just say hi.
Hi.
Hello. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's been so fun to watch your journey over these past few weeks, and now you have your own Etsy, right?
I do, yeah.
Etsy shop, and I will get links in there. So now she is a lot of what has probably been created on Zocalo is on there now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'll drop the link in there to Etsy, and you can look at the different cards that she is creating, and just beautiful creative work. So Sierra, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you being here each week.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Paul. Up next is our featured artist of the night. His name is Paul Maxwell, and he is actually the artist that did the Beto portrait. So he is in New Mexico. And so Paul, if you could unmute yourself and just hop on real quick and just a little bit about you, and then tell us the story about the portrait that you did of Beto, which is going to be raffled off tonight. And then go into a little bit about what you're going to do tonight. Because not only did you create the art that we're going to raffle, but you're going to do live art tonight, which I think is incredible. So that was a lot. So go ahead and just kind of introduce yourself.
Well, this focuses on what we're trying to do here. And so I'm not really going to talk about myself. You can go onto my website and you can read about all my wonderful life and all the great things I did. What I'm doing now is painting, and I'm painting sometimes with purpose and sometimes just to enjoy the painting. And the Beto portrait is one of those with a purpose. Beto and I have known each other going back some 15 years. When he was just a city council member, I was running a nonprofit on the border for trying to develop businesses with a technology background and focus. Fast forward, he went into Congress. I supported his runs for Congress. And when he decided to run against Ted Cruz, I was among many of us that got on the phone banks and called people in Texas and said, vote for this guy. He's the best guy that we have in the border, and he's going to represent us well. Unfortunately, he did not win that race. But then at that point, I thought to myself, I really would like to do a portrait of Beto. And I approached him in that interlude shortly after the November elections in 2018. We discussed it, and we were trying to figure out a way to get together and do photographs and what have you. He then decided to enter the presidential race. Fast forward to August, he was in the middle of that, and he and I were unable to connect. But in August 3rd, unfortunately, we had this terrorist white supremacist come to El Paso and murder many of our citizens and citizens of Mexico here at our Walmart in El Paso. Beto suspended his campaign at that point, came home to help El Pasoans deal with this horrific act. And on August 6th, he was part of a major rally down in the center of El Paso, several hundred people. And I took the opportunity to go there, and I managed to take some photographs of him talking and the passion with which he talks and with he communicates with people. I tried to capture that in the images I took that day. In December, he had suspended his presidential campaign, so he and I were able to get together and actually take some other photographs that would amplify some of what I saw back in August. And it was the images from the August 6th rally that I used specifically for this portrait, plus some of those that I took later. And I've only got the print with me here tonight. The actual portrait is 36 by 24, so it's fairly large. And the El Paso Strong logo was actually in the image that I took of him that day. There was a sign that somebody put up on the stage. So that came out of that. And what I've attempted to do with the portrait is to capture the passion and the energy and the caring that Beto evoked in all of us that day. And I think many other days. And so my purpose in doing it, as I gave it the portrait to him, I took it to him to show him and Amy back in February. It took me a couple of months to do the actual painting. It's oil on canvas, the original. This is a very high quality print that I've signed and it'll be numbered, and I will send a letter of authenticity to any of the winners of the raffle. And, you know, properly framed and mounted, it should be a great keepsake for anybody that's interested in what we're doing. So that's the backstory to the Beto portrait. I'm still involved in trying to do other things with Beto. Our intent is to sell the oil portrait. All proceeds will go to Powered by the People. We haven't determined exactly how we're going to do that. It'd be great I'd love if we could get 100 people to donate $100 for a raffle. Just 100, that would be $10,000. I'd love to see $20,000. Every dollar we can raise towards Powered by the People, I think will help ensure that we get people out to vote, we get people registered to vote. And yes, I'd love to see Texas turn blue. You know, that's something that we just have to keep working at.
Right. Definitely. Yeah, definitely. We're all working together for that. So just real quick, will you just talk for like a second about what you're doing so we kind of know what as we watch you work over the next 2 hours?
I'll be happy to do that. I live in a beautiful valley of the Rio Grande. It's called Mesilla Valley. I live in Las Cruces, about 30 minutes north of El Paso. I grew up in El Paso and went to school there, but my wife and I moved here a couple of years ago after many years living in the El Paso region. And below us is an agricultural community. We have pecans, we have chilies, we have lettuce, onions, what have you. And we bring in a lot of the workers are immigrant workers that come in from Mexico. And so they're braceros that are legally here. They're given special dispensation by the Border Patrol and so forth to come and work. And so they add to our wealth in our community, and they add to our wealth in our country by their very efforts in picking food for us. So I thought it appropriate. I've taken photographs of our workers. I have one here. I was going through my stuff and I liked this one, and as I started looking at it, I realized this woman's pregnant. And she's out there working, and she's out there working in a lettuce field.
And that definitely, you know, it kind of highlights how important it is for people to come here to get the work just to make a better life. So definitely. I thank you so much. We're going to let you get started. But thank you so much and what we'll do is we'll spotlight and check in on you while you work your magic. So feel free to get to work and thank you. I think that's a beautiful photograph to bring to light today and to let us all experience that. So thank you so much for being here, Paul.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here. I hope I can do some good work here in front of everybody.
I can't wait. Thank you. All right. We're going to go ahead and hand it off to Jesse. Jesse, are you out there? If you just say hi.
I am.
There we go. Hello. It's so nice to meet you. I'm sad I missed you last week. I was on vacation. So I'm just going to hand it off to you and you can take it away.
Thank you, Carrie. I want to introduce Nina Hungerford. Nina, are you around?
Yeah.
There you are.
All right.
Talk a little bit about your journeys.
My journeys.
Yeah.
Well, I was born and raised in Oakland, California, and family matters had me move to Southern California, so I lived there a lot of my life, and I was blessed and lucky enough to have met through a childhood friend's mother, Charles Neville, at a very, very young age. So I grew up around him, and just listening to him play music and hanging out and hearing about the culture and music and everything about New Orleans. And I always, from a very young age, had a huge passion and just love and interest for it. So I went back and forth for years during school, and loved it even more, and met friends and very close friends and people who supported me. And so I finally moved to New Orleans almost a year ago now. And I live here, and this whole thing has kind of put a damper on the music and other things, but we're still, doing what we can. And so, yeah, that's about it, I guess.
Would you play a song for us?
I sure will. Let's see here. I am an old woman named after my mother. The old man is another. Child is grown old. Dreams were lightning, thunder were desire. This old house would have burned down a long time ago. Maybe an angel that flies from Montgomery, maybe a poster of an old rodeo. Just made me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living, just the hard way to go. When I was a young girl, I had me a cowboy. One much to look at, a free rambling man. But there was a long time, no matter how I tried. These years blow on by like a broken down dam. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living, just a far way to go. There's flies in the kitchen, I can hear them there buzzing. I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning, come home in the evening, and have nothing to say? Oh, make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living, just a hard way to go. To believe in this living's just a hard way to go. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. All right, thank you.
Nina Hungerland doing some John Prine. Thank you.
Thank
That
you.
was wonderful.
All right,
And it's nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too. Thank you.
Thank you. Curtis McMurtry, are you around?
I'm around.
There you are. How are you?
Doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm good. Where are you?
I'm in Austin, Texas.
Nice. Awesome. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, and it's great to see you.
It's great to see you. It's been about
Staying
3 years,
safe?
I think. Oh,
Yeah, it's been a while. Would you play a set for us, please?
Yeah, for sure. I saw you shining like a lighter in a foxhole, and without delay I put you in my sights. For many years I watched you dancing in my crosshairs, but I couldn't pull the trigger for my life. But then one day I got the stones to take your hand, dear, and I won you with a flower and a smile. Though all I had to offer was a fireplace and a face you learned to love after a while. One day I was called to serve my country, and I went because I'd never been away. And I returned home with a bandage on my forehead and a memory that gets weaker every day. And now you never touch me like you used to, and my injuries don't even start to heal. And I was sure right then and there that I would lose you. Oh, how wretched your beauty makes me feel. And I used to think our love was but a trifle. I was surprised it lasted through the month of May. But now I am too old to lift my rifle, and you're still here to watch me waste away. My love, I've lost so many friends since we got married, and I know that you could say the same to me. I believe I was the first to ever catch you. Perhaps I should be the first to set you free. I saw you shining like the sunlight through the window, and the truth had started slowly sinking in. And I knew when I walked out the door this morning I would never see your pretty face again. So don't go searching for my body in the cattails. Just be happy that I've found a place to rest. By the time you read this letter, I'll be gone, dear. You know I love you, but this is for the best. You know I love you, but this is for the best. For those that, I assume everyone unfamiliar with my material, it's often bleak. I apologize. I'll do some covers eventually to brighten it up a little bit. But not yet. Despite being noble, you always were sad as a dog that can't find its way home. But I saw you smile back when you were a girl. Promised that I'd never leave you alone. We spent the summer at Eleanor's house, fishing for minnows and making up words. I broke a jar of honey on the kitchen floor. Your grandmother smiled ever so politely. I wanted to cry, but not around you. And I can't remember the things that we used to pretend in those days. But I hope that wherever you are, I'm on your mind always. Some say I'm wasting my time here by the windowsill, but I never knew better, and I don't think that I ever will. I can't remember the things that we used to pretend in those days. But I hope that wherever you are, I'm on your mind always. Some say I'm wasting my time here by the windowsill, but I never knew better, and I don't think that I ever will. My sister was chasing your grandmother's cat. Your brothers were building a house out of sticks, and us in the attic learning about lips. And you said you loved me, or something silly like that. And all my new friends are no friends at all, and they don't run around in the wind. And I still miss you like nobody's business, and I don't know how long it's been since we held hands down at Eleanor's house. And I promised never to leave you alone, and despite being noble, you always were sad as a dog that can't find its way home. Let's see. I'm not sure if anyone is familiar with the band called Wild Ponies, but you should be. They're wonderful. They're a husband and wife Americana duo out of East Nashville. They only write songs about strong female protagonists that kill people. I can't recommend them enough. I wrote this next song with them. We had a plan too where we were going to write these 4 songs that all connected so that you learn that the person that's killing people in the initial song is justified in doing it. But we never finished the other 3 songs, so you'll just have to take my word for it. The song's called Looking for William. Was up on Copper Ridge looking for William. Don't know why I thought that's where he'd be. Been 3 weeks since anybody'd seen him, but that didn't worry me. Found broken branches pointed towards the north side. I followed them until I hit the creek. I bent down to take a drink of water and she was standing over me. She said, I don't know where you think you're going, or what it is you think you might have found, but people in these woods don't take to strangers coming round. I didn't even need to see the pistol. Her eyes were cold as steel could ever be. There were holes in her dirty flannel jacket, mud on her jeans. And I hadn't told no one where I was going. No one would search for me on Copper Ridge. Was a blind man following a blind man straight into the ditch. She said, next time I won't treat you so kindly. Don't let me see your face back over here. No people in these pines have been known to disappear. So check out Wild Ponies if you get a chance. They got a lot of songs like that. Let's see how that sounds. Good enough for me. see if you think you can be a contender. Better give us your best, because we won't accept a surrender. If you're convinced, put up your fist, don't be idle. Let's see what you got if you want a shot at the title. Don't wait for the world to fall in your hand. Fight on your knees if you're too weak to stand. Follow your pride, but remember the tide when you're carving your name in the sand. Fall through the cracks, then claw your way back to the surface. Sharp as a thorn and certain you're born with a purpose. Keep hold of the wheel, 'cause you know even steel can shatter. Don't be surprised if what you feel inside doesn't matter. Don't wait for the world to fall in your hand. Fight on your knees if you're too weak to stand. Follow your pride, but remember the tide when you're carving your name in the sand. Struggle and strain until all that you've gained turns rotten. You can go all the way and there'll still come a day you're forgotten. But if you're not convinced, put up your fist, don't be idle. Let's see what you got if you want a shot at the title. I really love getting to see the art. I haven't played a show with live art in many years. It's wonderful. I restrung my guitar today for only the second time since quarantine started. I should have done it yesterday. My apologies. I think I'm gonna do a Josh Ritter song called Another New World that I'm not sure I've ever heard the Josh Ritter version. I learned it from the Punch Brothers. But I'm sure the Josh Ritter version's great too. The leading lights of the age all wondered amongst themselves what I would do next. After all that I'd found in my travels around the world, was there anything left? Well, gentlemen, I said, I've studied the charts, and if what I am thinking is right, there's another new world at the top of the world for the first one who breaks through the ice. And I looked around the room, and that way I once had, and I saw that they wanted belief. So I said, all I got are my guts and my God. Then I paused, and the Annabelle Lee, oh, the Annabelle Lee. And I saw their eyes shine, the most beautiful ship in the sea. my Nina, my Pinta, my Santa Maria, my beautiful Annabelle Lee. That spring we set sail, the crowd waved from the shore, and on board the crew waved their hats. But I never had family, just the Annabelle Lee, so I never had cause to look back. I just set the course north and I studied the charts, and towards dawn I drifted towards sleep. And I dreamed of the fine, deep harbor I'd find past the ice for my Annabelle Lee. After that it got colder. The world got quiet, it was never quite day or quite night. And the sea turned the color of sky, it turned the color of sea, turned the color of ice. Till at last all around us was fastness, one vast glassy desert of arsenic white. And the waves that once lifted us shifted instead into drifts against Annabelle's side, and the crew gathered closer. At first for the warmth, but each morning would bring a new set. Tracks in the snow leading over the edge of the world till I was the only one left. Then it gets cloudy, but it seems like I lay there for days or maybe for months. Ah, but Annabelle held me, just the two of us, happy to think back on all we had done. Talked of the other new worlds we'd discover as she gave up her body to me. As I chopped up her mainsail for timber, I told her of all that we still had to see. As the frost turned her moorings to nine tails and the wind lashed her sides in the cold, I burned her to keep me alive every night in the loving embrace of her hold. And I won't call it rescue. That brought me back here to the old world to drink and decline, and pretend that the search for another new world was well worth the burning of mine. But sometimes at night in my dreams comes the singing of some unknown tropical bird. I smile in my sleep, thinking Annabelle Lee's finally made it to another new world. Yes, sometimes at night, in my dreams comes the singing of some unknown tropical bird. And I smile in my sleep, thinking Annabelle Lee's finally made it to another new world. Thanks. I'm gonna stick with the world theme, I think. This is a song of mine called Silver World, and to play it, I weave a New York City Metro card through the strings of my guitar up near the bridge. Prepared guitar, if you will. Kind of gives it this trash can percussion sound that I like a lot. be chosen. We draw lines we never cross. A silver world where nothing touches, and nothing gets dirty or lost. But the Lord is a wolf, not a shepherd. There's no rope for us to hold on. There is only one path we can follow. We don't go anywhere when we're gone. So build your towers to the heavens. Nothing made is here to stay. Put up a stone to mark our bones. Tell the wind wears it away. When I die, give me no coffin. Lay me naked on a hill. Leave my body by its lonesome. Let the vultures have their fill. The years will scrape away my voice and everything I ever knew. The dead don't care if they're forgotten, but the old they surely do. Build your towers to the heavens. Nothing made is here to stay. Put up a stone to mark our bones. Tell the wind wears it away. Tell the wind wears it away. Tell the wind wears it away. Rebecca, I know there's nowhere to go. It all fell apart, but it happened so slowly. I didn't notice that we were losing control. Rebecca, don't cry, I told you no lies. Yeah, I kissed you back, but I still don't know why. I don't think I love you, but I sure can get lost in your eyes. We don't belong to each other right now. Don't let me be the one keeping you down. Who do you go to when I'm not around? Is it someone I know? Rebecca, I see we'll never agree, and it's hard to be callous to someone so sweet. I don't want to hurt you, and I don't want you to hurt me. Rebecca, it's late and I can't let you stay. Besides, you still insist you don't want me that way. We said we'd be careful, but lines in the sand blow away. Please don't pretend that you don't understand. I can't live my life in the palm of your hand, and when I'm in your arms, I forget who I am. So I think we should stop. Rebecca, I know there's nowhere to go. It all fell apart, but it happened so slowly. I didn't notice that we were losing control.
Okay, so what happened to Rebecca? Did you break up with her, or what happened to her?
All my songs are lies. There was no Rebecca.
There was no Rebecca?
No, but
Okay, so
something I do like to do is name convoluted love songs after friends of mine that I've had completely platonic relationships with, so that then the album comes out and my friends see songs named after them or with their name and they panic because they know the kinds of songs I write. I have another one called Isabel that's sort of similar, where I have a good friend named Isabel and she saw her name on the album when it came out, but then she listened to the song and realized, oh no, this has nothing to do with us, never mind. Some names are just fun to sing.
You don't make any songs for like Vote, November, Will Rise, anything like that, and make sure we're going to make it happen, anything like that, especially since we're in such dark times right now?
I can give you a quick kind of, I don't know that it says vote, but I can give you something really quick. How are you adjusting to the new regime?
Yeah.
Yeah, here. How are you adjusting to the new regime? I find that I crave blood. I think it might be worth the scars you say it's not. There are lines we never cross, no matter who's in charge, or so you thought. And are you still resigned to least resistance while our opponents do their worst, embrace divisions and incisions that can never be reversed while we still have our teeth? I pray we find the strength to bite, for I find I have lost hope, but not the will to fight. How are you adjusting to the new regime?
Well, if it's going to be Biden's regime, yes. All right, let's do it.
Admittedly, I wrote that song in January of 2017.
Wow. Would you do one more for us, Curtis?
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks.
Thanks for having me. We hold on to each other in the grit and the mud. My hands covered with blisters, your shirt covered in blood. You thought the vultures were angels, come to take us away, off into the sunset at the last of the day. And I know we won't ever get out of this hole, and we won't go easy, and we sure as hell won't go slow. It should have been simple, and I should have been scared. I expected a setup, still I was not prepared. You say you think we can take 'em, but you can't catch your breath. There's 100 more coming, and we've only got 2 bullets left. And I never knew better, I guess. And if it weren't for me, we'd never be in this mess. When the world gets cold, we do what we must. I gave you my fire, you gave me your trust. And all I have now is the smoke and the dust. If you knew me at all, you wouldn't love me so much. So pull back the hammer, stare up at the sky, rest your hand on my shoulder, we'll pretend we can fly off into the sunset at the last of the day. You thought the vultures were angels, come to take us away.
Beautiful. Curtis McMurtry, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
How can people find you?
CurtisMcMurtryMusic.com or CurtisMcMurtry.bandcamp.com. Spotify, Amazon, whichever.
All of the above.
Anywhere. Yeah, I'm easy to find.
Thank you. So happy to see you. Can't wait to see you in person
Likewise.
someday, soon, I hope. Not too distant. I'd like to bring Ann Johnson on screen. I'm not certain if, there you are. Say hi to Ann Johnson, everybody. She's running for state representative in District 134, which is Houston area. And you were a former Harris County Chief Human Trafficking Prosecutor. Thank you. Thank you for that. And thank you for running. What was the prompt for you to run for office?
Thank you so much, Jesse. And so to ask about the prompt, I have to tell you, I've been prompted twice. I was actually prompted back in 2012. And part of the reason that I ran against this same Republican incumbent is because I was doing indigent defense work in our juvenile mental health court. And I had been a prosecutor, and I had seen how addressing the mental health issues from a more therapeutic, problem-solving, alternative court disposition was not only good for the child, but oftentimes we help kind of restore the family unit and lift everybody up. And so I saw that that was a really effective program that was going to reduce our rate of recidivism and heal kids. And so there I was in the court. I had a new client, asked for a program. Service provider said, "Ann, we're not going to have it anymore." And I said, "Why not?" And she said, "Because our budget's being cut across the board." And shortly thereafter, I got that flyer in my mail from my current state rep, Sarah Davis. It said, "Congratulations, I'm your state rep, and I just cut your budget." And I could see all the faces of the kids, and I knew that that would hurt. I also had seen her advertisements when she was running as a Tea Party Republican who was a cancer survivor who would vehemently fight Obamacare at every turn. And guess what? I'm a cancer survivor too. And I was doing indigent defense work. So I was desperately needing coverage. I was constantly being denied for pre-existing conditions. And so it ended up, I had also represented a young child, went on to be your chief human trafficking prosecutor in Harris County, and then was back in private practice when here we roll around to 2020. And this is the time that I know y'all get it because all of you are on here. This is the election cycle of our decade because redistricting is on the line. We have to take 9 seats. And our Republican in this district won despite the fact that Beto took the district by 60%. And so if we fight, we can absolutely flip and win this district. And so my commitment is to you to fight to save lives by expanding Medicaid expansion and fighting that people get coverage. We have the highest rate of uninsured children in the nation. To fight to save lives by passing common sense gun reforms. I'm so proud to be an Everytown candidate, stand with Moms Demand Action, and we will push for background checks, extreme risk protection orders, and safe storage. I am proud to be endorsed by the Sierra Club. And I also understand that Texas needs to rebuild our economy around renewable energy. Because when we do that, we accomplish the win-win of building a new thriving economy around our wind and our solar and get to protect against climate change at the same time. And then finally, public education. I've seen this movie before, and so have you. Do you remember in 2008 when we had a recession? And when we had that recession, we had a down economy. The Republicans balanced their poor policy decisions by slashing $5.3 billion from public education and slashing 10,000 teacher jobs. I do not trust them to go into 2021 off the heels of COVID. And we know that because the way we've seen them handle this public health crisis with pure partisanship. And I know you guys are powered by the people. So you know Beto. And one of the first things he was talking about is something as simple, wear a mask. And we have yet to have until now, until thousands of Texans died, Republicans say, yeah, we should listen to science. And so that is why I am running again. I know it's a long answer to why now, what inspired you, but I've been inspired twice. And so I'm really excited to be back here in 2020.
How can we help you?
Just keep doing what you're doing. I'm so grateful for how you all have helped. You've been phone banking in our district. I know you're doing postcards, and let me tell you the impact it is having. I'm calling people as well. And more than a handful of times, I'll have somebody say, oh yeah, somebody's already called me about you, or somebody else has talked to me about you. And I have some questions I want to talk to you and follow up. And that always allows me the opportunity. You open the door, and then we get to walk right through it and say, look, this is why we're the campaign we are, why we need your help. So thank you for continuing to do that. Your volunteering, your participation is great. Please continue to spread the word about our race because, as I said, Beto won this seat by 60. We've actually recently got polling back. We are ahead 44-42, and that's great, but we have to keep our foot on the gas. And one of the big things we're trying to do is continue to raise money so that we can continue to message through media, since we're following the science around COVID and not getting out knocking on doors and not trying to expose people. So we appreciate your help in all those aspects.
Would you speak to how important it is for people to run for office, no matter what the office is?
Yeah, I'll get out and get involved. And obviously, if you guys are on here and you're part of Powered by the People, you probably know about Representative John Rosenthal. He was an activist pushing in his district, and somebody said, hey, why don't you run? And so he ran. And part of many Republicans for a long time haven't had to respond to us because they haven't had a fight. Now, I will say as a candidate, it is very, you give your whole heart and life to it. And so when you do that, talk to your family, make sure your family's on board and committed. And then when you do it, jump in with both feet. And so let me also tell you what happened in 12. When I was running in 12, I was one of 2 open out candidates. And at the time, the district lines were drawn as a 51% Republican lean. I knew we could win this district, and we were doing great and running a great race. And Montrose, which is our traditionally GLBT community, was part of our district. And it was going to be a historic moment in Texas because never before had an out candidate been elected. And so there was great enthusiasm. So guess what the Republicans did midway through our race in 12? Even though 134 was not challenged as part of the court redistricting case that was up and had never been messed with in any of the redrafts, all of a sudden when the final came out, 134 had been redrawn, pushed to a 57% Republican lean, and they plucked out the Montrose precincts. And at that time, I remember sitting in the office with some of our campaign folks, and they were like, wow, it was close to the end where it was really hard to overcome what they had done. I mean, they literally pushed the finish line. And they said, what do you want to do? And I said, we said, we're going to run like hell. We're going to run like hell. And we got almost 2,000 more votes than President Barack Obama. So I am so proud of that race. And if any of you feel the same inspiration, let me also tell you this. Before we ran, Sarah Davis was pro-life. After we ran and really took it to her, all of a sudden she started saying she was pro-choice. She's the one Republican that will claim to be pro-choice. So even though we lost that race, we made her change on a fundamentally important issue to the district. And so you can still win, even if we don't win. Now, not now. In 2020, we have to win 9 seats. There are no concessions this time. We have to flip these seats because we need to be able to fight for redistricting. This really counts for a decade. And so I'm not going to be satisfied, knock on wood, without us flipping 9 seats in November. We're beyond the making change without being able to take the seat. If you're not at the table, you're on the menu, and we need to be at the table.
Hear, hear. Well, I wish you great good luck. Where can we get in touch with you for those that want to be more involved with the campaign?
Please, we would be grateful to have your help. I'm going to see, I think Emma's on our group, and she just put in the chat, campaign@annjohnson.com. Our website is just annjohnson.com. And let me also tell you this to give you another little lift up of hope. More than a decade ago, I was appointed to a 13-year-old little girl charged with prostitution. It's why I became an expert in human trafficking. I was the first to challenge the case to say, hey, this kid is a victim. She's not an offender. And when I started fighting that case, people told me, Ann, why do you bother? There's no way you're going to change this. This is just the way we've done things for 25 years, and you don't have a snowball's chance of making it different. And I said, well, the last court in the land is going to have to tell me so. It took us years, but we won that case. And when we won that case, we not only protected that child and all children in Texas, but it was a landmark decision that protected child victims of human trafficking in the nation and really changed our commitment to this issue. Let me tell you, there is more to be done in Texas. But when I speak nationally on this issue, and I go to these judicial conferences and talk about the law and all the rest, and I remember being in New York one year, and they looked around and they said, really? Texas? This groundbreaking progressive decision came out of Texas? And I said, yep, it came out of Texas. I have full faith and belief that this cycle after November, everybody else around the nation is going to shake their head, just like Beto's been saying, don't sleep on us. We are going to take the Texas House. And when we do, we will build a foundation to start winning seats statewide for the next 10 years. So thank y'all so much. I'm really, really grateful to have you here. It's nice to see familiar faces, and you guys are moving the tide. You did it for Beto in 18. You inspired people to get up and put their names on the ballot. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Ann Johnson. Great to meet you.
Thank y'all. Great to meet you too.
Good luck to you. Get it.
Thank
Go
you.
Get it. I'd like to introduce you to Madeline Eden now. She's running for state representative in District 17. That is part of rural Travis County and 3 other more rural counties in the Bastrop area. I am hoping Madeline is on with us. Not certain if she
on
is.
with you, Jesse. How's it going?
There you are. Good. How's it going with you?
Fantastic. It's great. We're here doing postcards.
Postcards are important. They're really important. Reaching out and getting people to register and getting them to the polls. There is nothing more important, you know, especially this cycle. So your background is in the technology space. How did that lead you into the race?
Yeah, it's a long story. The tech space was, you know, in 2099, that watching Bush and Gore was just horrible. And so that kind of led me to someday want to run for office. And then when 2016 hit and I was, you know, phone banking like crazy for Hillary and you know, we saw what happened. It just scared the hell out of us. So, you know, I too am an out candidate. Our family, you know, we have 4 children, all boys, and of course, living in rural Texas, it's not the most hospitable place for folks that are members of the LGBTQIA+ community. And so, you know, I started working on things. And in 2018, I ran for Congress here in District 10, and I decided I was going to, stop messing with cryptocurrency and stop messing with software development for a little while, and tried to run across 10 counties, and it was really difficult to do certain things like register voters because we in Texas have this unique law where you have to be deputized to register voters, and if you're not, and you're in a county trying to register somebody, it's a felony. So with that being said, I started turning tech and politics together, and we built a system called registertovote.org, and we used that in 2018 to register just a ton of voters. So I think that one of the things that I've learned in the last several years is that there are not enough people who exist in the tech community that participate in the political ecosystem, and that's why you see tech in the political space, it lags behind. And somebody like me, who's been writing code for 30 years, can come out and build something very simple that is now the de facto method for voter registration in the state of Texas. The Texas Secretary of State uses the system I built. We've registered over 1 million voters in the last 3 years, and and the majority of those are Texans. And I think there is a lot of value to be contributed by people in the tech space. On my vacation last month, I was the data director for Powered by People, and worked with Beto's team to basically build the program where they're doing the voter registration outreach. And so all of the addresses you're using right now for postcards, those came from my data team and from me. We actually, the company that I run, Civitech, or the company I co-founded, we mailed out all of the voter registration applications to all of the people that y'all are writing postcards to right now. And so it's the same program we used in 2018 to flip roughly 12 state house seats around Travis County and Harris County and Dallas County. And it is the same program that we've been running for the last 2 years that we're going to use to flip those last 9 house seats that Ann was talking about. And I think, I think there should be more people from tech in the political space. And I think especially in the progressive political space, because it's going to make all the difference. It's folks who aren't paying attention that allows people to kind of come along like Trump did in 2016 and really take things over. So
you're running against an incumbent. You want to talk about how different you all are?
No, I mean, very different. I actually do stuff, so my opponent is the chair of the Sunset Commission or committee in the House, and he has been there for about 4 years now, and he's he keeps his head down. He's the worst kind of Republican. He just votes straight party and doesn't make any waves. So he's still in there voting against everybody's best interests. He's in there voting against your health care. He's in there voting against women's rights. He's in there voting for discriminatory legislation. And this year we're going to take him out. And I'm lucky because I've gotten to build a lot of really new cool tech, and all of the things that I've gotten to build, that all gets tested on my campaign before we roll that stuff out to places like the Texas Democratic Party or the DNC, and it gets used by candidates here in Texas later on. So
it sounds to me like what you have built is particularly worthy in our pandemic times.
Yeah, it kind of worked out that way. I didn't know that it was going to happen like this. So we also had a really neat tool out that called Map the Vote, which is a nationwide map of every unregistered voter and unregistered household in the country. And that tool in and of itself I thought was going to be totally worthless this year, because we can't go knock on doors, and we can't go and register people in person like we used to. And so tools like Register to Vote are really useful now, because they're basically a touchless system, right? I'll say there are folks that have figured out how to use Map to Vote too. Now they just go and they take voter registration cards and they just drop them at doorsteps, from where the dots are on the map. So I've seen a lot of creative uses as well, but yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Let me also ask that, because you're in a rural area, How does that relate to other people running around the country that might be in swing states?
Well, I mean, rural Texas is kind of unique, but in a lot of red states, we've used the same programs and tech that we use in Texas in 2018. We used it in 2019 in places like Virginia and in Mississippi, and we did a lot of good registering voters there as well. I think if the solutions that we came up with for registertovote.org work very well in states that don't have things like online voter registration or automatic voter registration or same-day voter registration. And so we've figured out how to leverage that kind of functionality across a lot of different areas. And so now we've got a system online that supports all 50 states, and you can get a voter registration application there or figure out how to register to vote in any of 49 states, because there's one that doesn't even do registration. But it also supports ballot by mail now. Our organization basically turned on a dime at the beginning of the pandemic and said vote by mail is what we're going to have to support. And so now you can get a application for ballot by mail in any of the states in the United States. And so yeah, I think I think it does play well in a pandemic to have a lot of digital solutions. So
how can we help you?
Keep doing what you're doing. This is amazing. I mean, I'm just awestruck here. The music is great and the vibe is great. And I mean, you see these ladies back here that are working on postcards behind me, and it's very chill. Normally they wouldn't sit there that long working on postcards before they get up and run away. So I think this is a wonderful concept, and what y'all are doing is fantastic. And you can check out my website, EdenForTexas.com. And you can register absolutely everyone to vote, and make sure that everyone is registered to vote. And I've built a system at register2vote.org, and you can go there and help anyone get registered to vote, and it doesn't take but like 30 seconds. So I mean, please, that's really where it's at. That's how we win in Texas, right? We register everybody, and because when everyone is registered and everyone can participate in our democracy and everyone can basically cast their vote freely, right? There are more of us than there are of them, and we will win. And so if we can get everyone registered and turn out in overwhelming numbers, we will flip this state, and we will turn Texas blue, and we will save the country. So yeah.
Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you so much, Jesse.
Good luck. Great success ahead. Thank you, Madeline, Eden. Next up is James McMurtry. I just saw that you entered the room a moment ago. We have another set of music while you are postcarding, and our thanks once again to Madeline, Eden, and to Ann Johnson for the dialogue this evening. What I love about this is we get to talk to different people every week, and there are just so many facets to making it work and making the political real in your life. Carrie, what's the total so far for the amount that we've raised?
Thank you so much, and yeah, just amazing, inspiring speakers and song musicians and artists. It's such a great night, and it's just a great space to just hang out and relax and still take action. So drum roll. Right now our total that we've raised, and we still have time, and again, keep donating until midnight. Get your friends to donate. All the money goes to Powered by People. But so far we have raised $1,904. So that is amazing. So all of it is going to go to Powered by People, and they help reach out to unregistered voters in Texas. Beto always also supports candidates, great candidates like Madeline and like Ann. And so we're all kind of working together here across the nation, really, to make sure that Texas does go blue. So thank you, everybody that's donated. I put the links on the live streams, and feel free to donate also there. You can donate till midnight, and we will pick the winners of the raffle drawing for Beto Prince tomorrow. So thank you, and thank you, Jessica.
Thank you. It's all good, all good. Let's see if we can get James McMurtry up. I'm not certain. Like I say, I don't see a camera with him yet. I still see Curtis. I'm not sure if they're together. For those of you watching who might not know, Curtis is James' son, and we very much enjoyed having Curtis come play. I've been watching him for, I don't know, 10 or so years. And his style is so wonderful. His way with words is so wonderful, as is his father. James has a way with words and a way of really looking at the world that kind of strips it bare from artifice. Again, not certain if he is here. There you are. Hi, James.
Hey.
How are you?
I was just about to call Scott and figure out what's going on. How you doing?
Well, you're going on.
Good.
Would you like to play some for us?
I can do that if that's what you want. Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, we'd love that.
All right. Oh yeah, I'm in Lockhart, Texas, which is in Caldwell County, just a little bit south of Ms. Eden, neighboring counties here.
Yeah.
All right. I can't hear you now, so.
Well, we're going to give you...
dog Mikey in the background. He hates everything. The hurricane party's winding down and we're all waiting for the end. And I don't want another drink, I only want that last one again. It gave me such a fine glow, smoky and slow. Now I should probably be homeward bound, but there's no one to talk to when the lines go down. I guess in the morning I'll go looking for my gray striped cat. My old house can take the weather, so I'm not too concerned about that. It was built to take the wind back in 1910, when this was one damn fine town. But now there's no one to talk to when the lines go down. And the candles flickered on the back bar and the building was shaking with the wind. I bought a whiskey for the gypsy and she turned my leather back into skin. Just a fleeting sense of that rare suspense I once thought made the world go round. But now there's no one to talk to when the lines go down. Open up your back screen door, let me see your face once more. My hands are cold, my feet so sore, and I can't go on this way. And the thoughts come too fast and too many to keep count. Best just let them on through. Now I'm breaking those old glass insulators with my old 22. Off the telephone poles as a $50 rolls across the knuckles of a rodeo clown. There's just no one to talk to when the lines go down. And my one great love, my God, I can feel her still. She ran off to California, now she's living in those Hollywood hills with some bullfrog prince. I've not seen her since, though she calls when he's out of town. and there's no one to talk to when the lines go down. Open up your back screen door, let me in your space once more. I was looking for an easy score, but it just don't work that way. Some insurance man biker is yelling out for one more beer, but a part-time pirate just can't get much respect around here. We got our problems too, man, and we'll get to you in just a minute. Sit your drunk ass down. Yeah, there's no one to talk to when the lines go down. Now there's water up past the wheel wells of my Ford, and I don't guess it'll run. But I left a pack of Winstons on the dash. Could you fetch 'em for me, son? The morning's first cigarette, that's as good as it gets all day. I should know by now that there's no one to talk to when the lines go down. Can't tell if I'm on or not. I was trying to view Curtis's show a while ago, and I couldn't find a link on my site. I must have screwed up. I'm some kind of a Luddite here, you know. But maybe one of y'all could post something on my Facebook page so people know how to get to this, because I usually have people watching. They're curious to see what kind of foolishness I'll get into next most of the time. But anyway, oh yeah. It's a song off my last record. Called You Got to Me. After this, I'll get off the pining for lost love thing. Stick with a theme for a song or two. To celebrate undying faith, we're gathered here like drifted wrecks for a late September wedding. October breathing down our necks. And I knew this town in another time. I knew this town a younger man, with the world in my hip pocket, a subway token in my hand. When you got to me, they got candlelight and a reggae band, champagne by the bucket load, limos lined up down the curb to take us where we need to go. And I need to go somewhere I've been to find the place I lost the trail way back then, so long ago. I don't suppose you even know you got to me. Brought all this empty down on top of me, and you got to me. Knock it off, Mikey. We danced between the snowflakes falling, tripping on the cobblestones and the trolley tracks. We had it all then. Christmas break, your roommate's gone. We stoked the fire and let it burn till the embers glowed in the morning light. Trust in the tangle of skin on skin. I've not known quite that feeling since you got to me. Brought all this empty down on top of me. I didn't know, but we were not to be. But I know a thing or two now. The wedding party's raging, yes. The old and desperate misbehave. The limo smells like cocaine sweat, cheap cologne and aftershave. And it's gotta be one of these row house doors. I knew the number long ago. I'll step out on the curb and tell the driver, just go on and go, and you got to me. Brought all this empty down on top of me. I didn't know, but we were not to be. But I know a thing or two now. Paper boy wants a smoke, leans his back against a tree. He's tired and cold and broken, he don't know what to make of me. Standing here in my three-piece suit, standing here just like I am, with my vest unbuttoned and my necktie loose, impervious to all abuse, and you got to me. Brought all this empty down on top of me. Off on $1,000 odyssey. And I know a thing or two now. Yeah, I know a thing or two now. Yeah, I know a thing or two now. I can't tell what's going on, but I'm just gonna keep playing anyway. We got an operation going on. It don't have to trouble me and you. The country boys will do the fighting. Now that fighting's all a country boy can do. We got a handle on it this time. No one's gonna tell us we were wrong. We won't let the cameras near the fighting. That way we won't have another Vietnam. No one knows, 'cause no one sees. No one cares, 'cause no one knows. No one knows, 'cause no one sees it on TV. She worked a checkpoint in the city, choking on the gravel dust and smog. She knows not to stop the black suburban. Those guys will run you down just like a dog. And a KBR man knows her trailer. He hips her to some recon that he's found. Says he'll be coming by for a late inspection. And there best not be no soldier boy around. No one knows, 'cause no one sees. No one cares, 'cause no one knows. No one knows, 'cause no one sees it on TV. Don't they look just like on SEAL Team? Lord, don't they look the best when we trot them out at halftime or the 7th inning stretch? They stand up in their uniforms and help us sell the show, dying by their own hands for reasons we don't know. We got an operation going on. It don't have to trouble you and me. The KBR man cooks a T-bone. A soldier's choking down an MRE. We just go on about our business. Drop the kids off at the mall. Play the Black Ops on the laptops. Don't make too big a fuss about it all. No one knows, 'cause no one sees. No one cares, 'cause no one knows. No one knows, 'cause no one sees. No one cares, 'cause no one knows. No one knows, 'cause no one sees it on TV. We got an operation going on. If I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, somebody please call me. You got my number. Supposed to be tuning what I'm supposed to be doing, I suppose. I'll do that. Half a section in the short grass at the foot of the plains grows broomweed in the dry times, ragweed when it rains. It's all she's got left, that the lawyers don't claim. Jackie does her damn best, never one to complain. She's been green breaking horses when she's home from the road, waiting on dispatch to find her a load. She leased all but the trap, ponies can't graze a thing. Another bobtail, a coastal, ought to last them till spring. There were pictures on the tables and kids running around, 4 generations of a blinking light town. It was a Cotton-Eye Joe, or maybe just a right glance. She got to go in with Randy at the Friday night dance. I just got 2 rules that my conscience be known. Don't lie to me, don't bring me nothing home. Faithful's a nice word in the Sunday school class. Life's just too crazy for that. Randy says not to worry, he'll feed while she's gone. She got the freight liner idling half up on his lawn. He don't like her driving with the northers come blue, but if the horses went hungry, Lord knows what she'd do. Around Christmas up the Cap Rock, you can see all the towns, and the courthouse is lit up for 10 miles around. It's a magical time to be traveling the roads. Watch the country roll by and the halogens glow. Just got 2 rules that my conscience be known. Don't lie to me, don't bring me nothing home. Faithful's a nice word in the Sunday school class. Life's just too crazy for that. Jackknifed on black ice with an oversized load. There's a white cross in the bar ditch where she went off the road. She wasn't going that fast, the responders all say. How it ended that bad, we can wonder all day. Just got 2 rules that my conscience be known. Don't lie to me, don't bring me nothing home. Faithful's a nice word in the Sunday school class. Life's just too crazy for that. Just got 2 rules that my conscience be known. Don't lie to me, don't bring me nothing home. Faithful's a nice word in the Sunday school class. Life's just too short for all that. Life's just too short for all that. For all that. Look at my set list here. Turned off on me. Time for some comic relief, little cowpunk here. Gotta put this on my other knee if I can. just right. I got a cup of black coffee so I don't get lazy. I got a rattle in the dashboard driving me crazy. And if I hit it with my fist, it'll quit for a little while. Gonna have to stop and take a piss in another mile. Headed into town, gonna meet you at the Mercantile. Take you to the Sonic, get you grinning like a crocodile. I got a hole in the floorboard sucking in fumes. I leave the hitchhiker standing cause I hadn't got room. Well, he looked kind of scary, so I didn't like him anyway. Could have been a con from a state prison runaway. Anyway, probably hadn't showered in a couple days. No one but a fool would have given him the time of day. Just listen close, I'll tell you how I feel. You need to know, so I'll talk slow. I always keep it real. I see the red light blinking in the middle of town, but I don't see your car parked anywhere around. And I'm smoking into town like a Molotov cocktail rag, and the gas cap flapping loose and never fell. Cell phones down cause they didn't get the check I mailed. How am I gonna find you now? How am I gonna find you now? I met you, I was in love in one fell swoop. You had a blade in your pocket and a rag in your belt loop. Guys are hovering around the bar like gulls on the ocean at the end of your shift. Just in case you got the notion what you're washing all the glassware, poetry in motion. I'd have roped the moon for you. How am I gonna find you now? How am I gonna find you now? Just listen close, I'll tell you how I feel. You need to know, so I'll talk slow. I won't let go of this obsessive zeal. I see the red light blinking. Oh yeah, right. I got a mad coming on, it's gonna be dreadful. And I'm washing down my blood pressure pill with a Red Bull. I hit the city limit sign and I'm blind and I'm seeing red. Uniroyal tire on the right rear throwing treads. You ought to see the X-rated scene running in my head, big as a baby's arm. How am I gonna find you now? How am I gonna find you now? Nothing but the hits. Play you one of the Robert Earl Keen songs that I wrote. If I can find my gadgetry. I had a gadget a while ago that would help me tune this thing. Here we go. Yeah. 12 string requires gadgetry. do something of a political nature. There's a song down on the coast there's a town down there on the coast. They call it. It's spelled Palacios, but it's pronounced Palacios, which kind of sounds like fascist to me. I don't know. Rhymes with it, but there might not be a single fascist anywhere near Palacios, Texas. I don't know. I work in rhyme and meter. My brother's a fascist, lives in Palacios, fishes the pier every night. He holsters his Glock in a double retention. He smokes while he waits for a bite. He don't like the Muslims, he don't like the Jews, he don't like the blacks, and he don't trust the news. He hates the Hispanics and alternate views. He'll tell you it's tough to be white. My sister's a Christian, she likes to go fishing, she don't mind my brother at all. 'Cause he puts her on redfish and flounder and trout, and they tear up the flats in the fall. She gets back to Dallas all sunburnt and sour, worn out from slinging plugs hour after hour, seeing spots when she closes her eyes in the shower. She don't see a conflict at all. And that's the state of the union, I guess. It's always been iffy at best. We're all in the family, the cursed and the blessed. It's the state of the union, I guess. Now mother turned 80, consummate lady. We took her to Golden Corral, 'cause she likes the yeast rolls and the Bourbon Street chicken. We oughta known better by now, 'cause me and my brother got into it good. I called him a hick and he called me a hood. He said Dad always treated his Mexicans good. I guess you think you're better somehow. Yeah, you think you're better, Mr. Cardigan Sweater, snowflake if ever there was. You think you're so cool, you did good in school, you got whooped every day on the bus. Sister lit out for the shouting got worse. Went to Wednesday night prayer at the New Christian Church with a cross on her neck and a 9 in her purse. She might be the wisest of us. That's the state of the union, I say. Christmas dinner could be hell to pay. It'll be how about them cowboys and have a blessed day. It's the state of the union, I say. It's the state of the union, I guess. We're all in a hell of a mess. We'll do all we're able with what we got left. It's the state of the union, I guess. We'll do all we're able with what we got left. It's the state of the union, I guess. Well, looks like that's about all of my set. Something else is about to happen, so thanks for hanging with me. I'm going to be streaming out of Fitzgerald's in Berwyn, Illinois tomorrow night. They got a good sound man, make me sound real good.
James, if you want to do one more, you could. If you would like to do one more, we would welcome it. You can't hear me. Maybe you put your ears in. Hey, James, that was amazing. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I didn't really know what was going on. So I couldn't tell if I was on screen or not or what was happening.
Well, you were, and I love what you do. I can't wait for the new album. It's coming 2021.
Presumably, we just now finished recording. We're also starting to mix right now. The pandemic kind of hung us up. We were supposed to do keyboards like the day before California shut down. So I've been doing stuff piecemeal over the phone, by email. I did some sessions with Bucka Allen over in Dripping Springs, and like that.
As it is.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be looking for you from Berwyn's, and I see you stream a lot, so everybody is welcome to like your Facebook page and get alerted.
Yeah, thanks. I hope it can. I couldn't find the stream on my page, so I don't.
Well,
the link. I mean, I thought we put it up, but I don't know. Maybe it's there, maybe it's not.
You never know. But thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Jesse.
And thanks to Curtis too.
Oh yeah.
It's great to see you. Looking forward to seeing you soon.
Okay.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
You too.
All right.
Carrie, are you somewhere around?
I'm here,
Awesome.
floating around in Zoom land.
I know, it's you never know where you're throwing to. So how are we doing on the raffle?
You know what? Right now I think we're still holding strong. I'm waiting for more updates. We might not get another update until tomorrow, so we'll make sure we put it on there. But we're so close to hitting over 2,000. So again, please make sure that you share the donation link. They don't have to be here tonight. If you're on the live stream watching on Facebook or you're watching on YouTube, the link is in there to donate. And so we're trying to raise as much money as possible for Powered by People. Powered by People is working overtime to reach voters in Texas and do all they can to flip Texas blue. And we are working also around the clock as much as we can to help support them. And so doing this fundraiser and raffling off that amazing Beto print from our artist, Paul, is icing on the cake. So you could win something incredible just by donating to Powered by People. And Melissa, are you there? If you wanted to do a quick plug for volunteer work, because not only do we're helping write postcards that kind of support what Powered by People do, but there also is phone banking and text banking.
Sure.
And yeah, so if you want to plug that, and I can put the links in if you just want to talk a little bit about that.
Sure. Hey, everybody. So I'm a volunteer manager with Powered by People, and we are busy texting the entire state of Texas. So lots and lots of folks. We're sending sometimes 700,000 texts a day. Also doing many phone banks every week. The next one is Thursday, along with House race candidates. We had Rep Escobar on Monday. Phone banks are really cool. Beto joins for many of them, and we raffle off many times freshly baked O'Rourke triple chocolate chip cookies that are then mailed to you. So highly recommend joining us on one of those. It's super fun. And again, like texting too, if you're not too comfortable on the phone, that's a great option. And it's done on your own time. We text every Monday through Friday, 11 to 8. So come and join us. Thanks for dropping those links there, Kari.
Awesome. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you so much. Yes, Powered by People is amazing. And so whatever we can do to support Beto and his whole crew, a lot of us met through Beto. And so we're always forever thankful for bringing friends into our lives and people that are motivated to get stuff done. So I know we're gonna flip Texas blue. So real quick before we leave, I do want to check in with our artist. Sierra, are you out there? Let's see all the magic you've created.
Hi, yes, I am here. I started kind of a new series just on the spot. I've been doing some abstract kind of faces. I think those are pretty much my favorite so far. And I did some mountains as well as some flowers. And that's it.
It's so beautiful, and I just love it, and what a great treat. So I did put in again the information for Sierra. She just opened her Etsy shop, so please support her as much as you can also. And thank you so much for your time. And Paul, are you out there? Where is Paul? Let's see here. I know you're out there.
There he is. Hold on.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. So can you show off your finished product?
See if I can get it out of the.
Oh, man, that's incredible. Thank you so much for doing that, and just I love your eye for you know, being able to take that snapshot and making it a reality in that photograph. So thank you so much. And yeah, go
If
ahead.
I could mention, Kari, I'll put this on my website and I'll sell it for whatever I sell it for. I'm thinking $400, but I'll donate half of it to the cause.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. So I put Paul's information in the website, his website information, and also how to get a hold of him. So if you do want to purchase that art, which is so amazing because it was created during this event, and we talked a little bit about creating it before, and so it would be a great story for you to own. And so thank you for donating half the proceeds to Powered by People. That would be so cool.
Paul, can you hold that up for us one more time just to get a snapshot of you with that so we can help promote that? And then maybe, there we go. Okay, here we go.
Perfect.
Thank you, sir. Very nice.
All right, so I did get another. Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much. And we do this every Tuesday, so you're always welcome to come back. Thank you for lending your talents, and thank you so much for making that Beto portrait that was really 2 years in the making. You know, when you're telling your story of trying to get together with him, and what you created is so incredible. So you can still donate. You can donate until midnight, and so please donate. We are raffling off 10 limited edition Beto prints, and all of that, the proceeds are going to Powered by People. And so again, $25 to get you one raffle ticket, and $20 each additional entry gets you another raffle ticket. So it just increases your chances of winning. And we will post the winners on social media tomorrow afternoon, and we will reach out to you personally via email once the winners are chosen by random. So what a great night. What a great event. Thank you again for joining us. We do this every Tuesday night, and with live music and live art. And then on Saturdays, we also meet up and just chat and talk about what's going on, and kind of form a more personalized sense of community on Saturdays. And you can go to our website at envoysforhumanity.org/postcarding, and it will give you all the information to sign up for our virtual events. And if you have friends that maybe don't want to join a virtual event, but they really want to write postcards, you can also send them to envoysforhumanity.org/postcarding, and they can get the information to independently write. And so the more postcards we can get out, the more writers that we can recruit. That means more unregistered voters that we can reach and get them registered so we can flip Texas blue. And we are also currently writing for Ann Johnson, who was here tonight and was powerful and amazing. A big shout out to Madeline Eden, who is also running, and she is the whole force with her team behind Register to Vote, and where we're getting these Democratic leaning addresses from. So thank you to Maddie so much. It definitely takes a village, and we're gonna flip Texas blue. So we have a couple of choices of candidates that you can also write for. So I think that's it. Scott, do you have anything to add before we say goodnight to everybody? We did put a lot of links in the chat. So if you go to if you go to our Facebook page or Facebook group at Envoy Way, I have posted all of the links in there. And so all of our artists and our musicians and our speakers, so everything is there. If you aren't able to save it tonight, don't feel overwhelmed. It's on Facebook. And please take pictures, selfies, showing you putting in the mail these postcards and tag at the Envoy Way so we can continue to spread the word of the work that we're doing. Because ultimately we need to flip Texas blue, and we need to get Trump out of office. And so this is how we do it, is by putting in the work. So thank you. On you.
Yeah, no, I would just add that we missed you last week, Kari. We're so glad that you're back. And I think you summed it up beautifully. You know, it takes a village, and people like, you know, Nina coming in tonight and helping us out to start the show. Sierra, we'd like to give also a little shout out to Carson, who's been helping us with music. Carson Woodruff, Sierra's brother, who had a conflicting class, so we brought in somebody else tonight, and Nina was that person. We're gonna be featuring some more up and coming artists like we did with Nina and Carson moving forward. So as Kari said, it takes a village, and we really appreciate everybody chipping in to help us recruit more writers, because at the end of the day, you know, we're trying to create a fun environment, an inspiring environment to get this work done. But it is about getting the work done, getting these cards written, and the more writers, the merrier. So we're just going to keep plugging away. We do have some dates that are coming up sooner than later with regards to running out of time. So as we hit the October 5th mark, that will be it for voters registration in Texas. So as we hit about 2 weeks out from that, we're going to have a big shebangy to kind of push this forward. And we're so grateful for the work that Jesse is doing with us, Jesse Scott. Jesse is such a great mentor to us as we try to bring this this programming type of thing forward. And so thank you so much, Jesse, for taking us. So many people are taking us under their wing. Maddie, who was with us tonight, took us under her wing, helping us with this great data. Jesse taking us under her wing with regards to you know, helping us get better at all of this programming stuff, and learning so much from her. And anyway, just really couldn't be more happy with the community that we're all working together to build. So that's about it. I could go on about how stoked I am, but I think yeah. And Jesse, let's what else are we missing, Jesse? Anything?
Well, next week we have Leanne Atherton and Bill Kirchen coming to perform. The week after that, the 8th, we have Will Hogue. We have Bonnie Whitmore coming on the 15th, and more to be announced, but I just wanted to get ahead of that. Oh,
excellent. Yeah, and the Bonnie part, that's even news to me. So that one is coming. Okay. My phone did some kind of weird number on me tonight, so I got waylaid on one of my devices tonight in midstream. But wow, thank you so much for getting the McMurtrys for us. I mean, these guys, you know, James is legendary. Those of you, I mean, I know we had Jamie Harris, who was with us last week, whose partner, Mary Gauthier, also was, you know, so we had back-to-back legends of the Americana scene with us here on our own Zocalo Zoom. So it's just, wow.
Thank you for the opportunity. We do everything we can to make a difference. And also thank you for keeping me from the TV, because I'd be yelling.
That is the beauty. That's the beauty of all of this, is I think it really has helped us physically to have this outlet. Oh, and also shout out to Melissa Frank jumping in there, helping us to have so wonderfully describing what's going on. And Melissa, you're coming to you're doing Powered by People volunteer management out of California also. Am I right?
No, I'm in New York.
Oh, in New York. Okay, I knew it was somewhere far away from Texas.
Yeah, one of those.
So yeah, with Jesse in Tennessee and all these Tennessee artists, Kari and I in California, and others across the country. It's just it's so cool to have this this coast to coast network that we're working together to build, and so we are super psyched, Melissa, to have you in here working with us, and want to do everything we can to keep working hand in hand with you and all your efforts.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. We're going to say goodnight to the live stream. Thank you on Facebook, and thank you on YouTube. And again, we have all the information on our Facebook page for all of the artists and stuff that you can access. And there's still plenty of time to donate. We have hours. And so make sure you get friends and family to donate. The more, the better. So thank you. We're going to say goodnight to the live stream. And then if you guys want to hang out, you're more than welcome.